In this segment of People of Distinction, I talk with two producers who normally shoot their films in Hollywood, California, and find out why they're eyeing Sarasota, Florida. Would you have filmed it here in Sarasota had you known about this area?
This is my first time here, but I really like it.
I've been here several times because my sister lives here, and I just keep falling in love with it every time I come. Because you have, I mean, when you think about it, if you're doing all of your pre-production, all of your production and post in the same location, then you could be at that location for 4, 5, even 6 months.
Right.
And as such, I mean, there's a lot of crew members that have young families. You want a place that's going to be family friendly. You want to have a place that's going to have good schools, but not pretentious.
Right.
Relatively low in crime, and this, it's like a hometown feel, and yet there's a lot of culture here. You want all that, and that's why it's kind of exciting to be kind of pushing in that direction.
Right.
It really does have a little bit of everything. I mean, that's one thing that's great about Utah, for instance, is it's got the high plains, it's got high desert, it's got mountains, it's got snow, it's got all within 30 minutes of each other.
Your locations.
Yeah.
You're trying to get a variety.
But here you got beaches, you got swampland an hour away. You know what I mean? You have a lot of great variety, topographically and geographically.
We have a lot of really great scenery here, let's just say, for locations. But the one thing we don't have is a sound stage, and that's been a really big problem here. The buzz is that's what's keeping Hollywood away from coming to this area.
You can retrofit almost anything to be a soundstage. Any building that is vacant, you can equip it to be a soundstage. And once people know that it's a soundstage and they know they can shoot there, then it opens a lot of doors that aren't open, I would think, right now.
What kind of films do you see coming to Sarasota?
What kinds of films? I think there's the obvious stuff like anything from TV series to miniseries involving anything tropical would of course be great here. But what's great also is the fact that you hide a couple palm trees and you get the right area, the right alley, and it could be New York. I mean, that's what's great about using all the different parts of the city, not just the really shiny parts, or the obvious parts like the tropical area that it is.
Let's say you come and you do a production here. Are you going to hire local actors, local production crews?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think we would bring a couple of people that we know and have worked with. It's definitely a business of friendships, and it's a relationship business. But I think a huge portion of it, if we shot here, when we shoot here, will be locals. Yeah, absolutely. Because there's a lot of talent here. I mean, just from the people that I've met that my sister knows, it's an amazing pool of talent here. I mean, from amazing cameramen to actresses and hosts. I mean, I just think there's a lot of resources we could draw from in this area.
But do you ever think like Hollywood would just come and set up shop here and stay and make this maybe a smaller version of Hollywood? Because look at Toronto and look at Michigan and all these other places that are giving the incentives for them to come.
That's right.
I think there has to be the incentives.
Yeah.
I think there has to be support and find out the pieces that are kind of missing and supply those pieces. And then the ball gets rolling, and when other people know about it, and then they know that they can do their post here, that's a reason to come. They know that the parts are there, and if they're not, it just makes it difficult. But if you still see what you need there, then you're going to go there. It's just you may not do it all there.
You definitely have everything you need. All you need is a couple other pieces that you really get them here. And then once they're here, then they're going to stay. I think the closest thing in California that would match this, the closest thing, would be Santa Barbara. Some of those little towns up there, beautiful towns up there. But because you're so close to everything else here, that's what's nice.
Another thing too with LA is everyone shoots in LA, and so everyone's so tired of everyone shooting in LA. So there's a lot of spots that you may not notice, but we notice that are like, oh, that location again,
Right.
But not just that. It's that if you were shooting here and you were blocking off this road, even this busy street, people wouldn't be as annoyed because it doesn't happen every day. Like the notices are up every day, and if you went to that business owner and you said, I'd love to shoot the front of your building, we're gonna have this done, he'd probably say, really? Cool. But down there they're like, how much will you pay? How long will it take? Get off my property, because they're so tired.
It's a big pain.
It's at least a novelty here.
We would embrace it because we are such a community of art and culture and people who are really in the industry here. I mean, look, we've got Ringling College, who's at the cutting edge of digital and animation. So working with them, they're all shipped off to Hollywood. I'm sure they would love to just stay in town and work locally.
It's so much
as well.
more convenient when people are embracing what you're trying to do rather than not another film. You know? Get out.
Well, Bryan, Dayle, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I do hope to see more of you guys when you work on some projects.
Absolutely.